So I finally bought a 30-inch scale baritone guitar. This is my very first one that I've ever owned. I do have a 26.57 string. It's a Schecter Demon 7. I've been playing on that most of my time, but this is my very first ever bass 6 30-inch scale guitar, and I've been wanting one of these for a long time, and the one I end up getting here is the SubZero. So I just got this guitar a couple of days ago. The shipping was super fast for some reason. It came in a couple of days all the way from the UK to Australia, so that was pretty cool. Didn't have to wait long, and I didn't know what to expect because this guitar is actually quite cheap to buy it. In the conversion of Australian dollars, this guitar costs $300 in Australia, where the shipping, which is express shipping, which is through plane shipping, that was the same price as the guitar. So basically you had to pay the same price as shipping as the guitar. So it worked out from being a $300 guitar to $600, which I still think is a really good bargain for this guitar. And if you're thinking about buying this guitar or your very first baritone, I'll let you know early on in the video that I do love this guitar, that I've had it for a couple of days now, and I really do enjoy it. So at the start of the video, you heard the mix of the guitar. It's the first time I've ever mixed and played and recorded with it. And it's still got the stock strings and everything on it. I'm not sure what the gauges are. They're quite thick, but I'm not sure if they're crazy thick. It's currently tuned to drop C with a pitch shifter effect at the moment because I had it in drop A sharp, and there was a little bit of intonation and I was a little bit loose on the string. So I pitched it up. So I tuned it up a bit to drop C to make it a little bit better to play in the tuning. It's currently not set up at all yet, and I haven't set it up or touched it. This is completely stock how it is, stock pickups. So my goal for this guitar was to have it set up in drop A sharp. So an octave obviously down from standard guitar tuning because it's a half a guitar, half a bass, and having it in a 30-inch scale length with some bigger strings just makes it a lot easier to have it better intonation and less issues when you're trying to tune that low. So I'll quickly go over the things I dislike about this guitar, and then I'll jump into the things that I really love about this guitar. So the first thing I don't like so much about it, and these are very minor things, is the volume knob here. As you can see, there's a volume knob and a tone knob. So this is the volume knob and this is the tone knob here. And when I'm strumming, this is probably unique to my playstyle, and if you have a same sort of strumming style, then this may affect you as well, getting these sort of guitars. But it's extremely comfortable to play and strum and everything, but because I pick with my fingers out like this when I strum, so if I'm strumming like this, you can see that my bottom fingers here hit the volume knob, so I've got to be really conscious not to do that when I'm playing, and it does affect how I play a little bit. I don't play as hard and a bit more concentrated. Now this is an issue if you pick like this with your fingers tucked in, and that's something that I like to try and do for certain types of picking, but most times I'm most comfortable picking with my fingers out and just most relaxed. So that's one thing, and if I was to change that, if I was to modify this, if there was a way to rewire this so I could wire this as the volume knob and just completely move the tone knob completely, that wouldn't be such an issue for me. And maybe having a hole here, just turning that into like a kill switch or something, that would be kind of cool. Apart from that, that's the only dislikes that I have about this guitar, honestly. It's actually a really nicely made guitar. I did see some people had some quality issues when I was researching online, but mine came in pretty much perfect condition. There's no issues at all that I can see on the fretboard. The pickups are nice and tight. There's literally nothing wrong with this guitar. There's no quality thing I complain about. There's no cosmetic damage. It came here in peace, so I'm extremely grateful for that. And the finish of this is actually really nice. It does come in a polar white, but they're completely sold out of that. And that's the original color that I wanted to get, was the polar white. It's like white and black, and it's a really nice aesthetic. But I'm actually super stoked that I got this color because, I don't know, this is just a really nice looking guitar. I'm actually a big fan of this style. This is the same finish that Loathe have, and it does look pretty cool. I'm a big fan of metal guitars that don't seem like a metal guitar, sort of like a sleeper guitar. Like you wouldn't expect someone to roll up with this and do extremely disgusting heavy chugs, and I kind of like that for that reason. It also has humbucker pickups, which actually sound pretty good. I thought they might be a little bit muddy because of the guitar, but I don't really see the need to swap them out right now. Possibly could swap them out for something a bit more brighter and a bit more bite, but at the moment, I feel like the tone that I've got for it from just playing around with it for the last couple of days is pretty good. So the neck is super comfortable to play as well. It's a maple neck and it's got 22 frets and they're a little bit bigger as well. I'm actually a big fan of this here, how it's got this cutout, the style of the guitar, because I can actually get my fingers a lot more comfortable to the higher frets here. But my Schecter has this part of the guitar here, like the top where it sticks out, making it super difficult to get my fingers to the higher frets, where I like it how it's got this shape. And the way it sits is super comfortable to play as well. One thing I was super surprised when I got it and I picked up the box, I thought there was nothing in the box because it was actually so light. This guitar is really, really light. The weight of it is 3.8 kilograms and my Schecter Demon 7 string is actually 5 kilos. So this is much lighter and way more comfortable with a smaller neck. It's got the same C-style neck, but it's really comfortable to play. And I love how light it is. Because I've never played a baritone 30-inch scale, I thought it was going to be a huge reach, but it's really comfortable. There's not much of a reach here. It doesn't hurt my shoulders extending it that far down to the lower frets. That's another big bonus that I like about this guitar as well. So for the value of the money for this guitar, if you get one in the condition that I got, super fast shipping, even with the shipping where it costs the same amount of the guitar, I still think it's a bargain deal and it's great to pick up. I think it's 166 euro, whatever dollars that is that they have over there, which converts over here to about $300. That's a bargain. If I saw that in a guitar shop, I'd pick that up instantly. Even for the 600 price that I paid for it with the shipping, I'd still pick it up. With these type of guitars, they're very niche and you don't know if they're going to stick around. So I made sure I'd pick one up so I could have one. And I'm very happy that I did. So if you are thinking about getting one of these guitars, I highly recommend it. If you'd like to do a lot of technical stuff, a lot of tapping and things like that for your lower tuning guitars, a 7-string might be a better option for you. This might be a bit more challenging to do those things on the guitar. So that's my thoughts on this guitar. I wanted to make a quick video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, be sure to subscribe to see more videos like this. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.